I hope you're doing fabulously. Welcome to the classiest place on earth. Once again, we're here. We did it. We survived. We woke up. Yay. Apologies for being late. My computer decided to not recognize any of my dongles. That was it. It just, like, I have a wireless mouse and shit that's dongled, and out of nowhere, my pussy. I didn't sleep a lot. my PC decided to not recognize my dong. I have a dongle in my pussy. Did you guys know? That's the only reason this actually happens. I am AI. Look at all my fingers. Crazy. Good morning. Thank you. My dongles are pretty special. Good morning. It's 9 a.m. and we're at pussy already. We're doing great. We have videos and shit to watch from yesterday, and I'm highly anticipatory as to whether or not my OBS will pick them up. Oh, and I have fantastic news. I finished my respiratory CRCEs, continuing education, 30 fucking hours. Remember that thing we listened to the other day that was horrible? I did 30 of them. I am officially a respiratory therapist, registered respiratory therapist with an ICU specialty for the next 5 fucking years. I cannot even tell you. I think that's why my eye was twitching so bad. Just the fucking sheer anxiety of that hanging over my head is done now. I did it. It's fucking done. So I can save your life for another 5 years legally. Yay! Your PC was like, you said you were out at the bar this night. Show me your dongle. Dongle or get the fuck out. I know, I can literally breathe easy now. It's so stupid. You guys know, continuing, I've talked about it way too much, but the anxiety of it hanging over your head, because I've talked about this before, but just to reiterate why we get anxious about our licenses, at least this is how it works for respiratory. So you go through school, right, and you graduate, you are not legally allowed to practice medicine yet. Then you have to go pay a bunch of money to some like national boards to take some more tests to prove you went to school, and then you get board certified with your board certified license, right? These tests are insane. And I don't put that lightly. Vex, good morning, love. Thank you. It feels good to get that fucking pressure out of my head. Thank you for subbing to the class, keeping the classy alive and giving it any swings. I fucking appreciate you. So basically, you go to school and you get your degree, right? They can't take your degree from you. They can take your board certification. So if we let our continuing education lapse by one fucking day, we have to go do those board certified tests that are about $400 a piece again. Which means we basically have to go back to school. Because I've talked about this a million times, but those board certified tests are a bunch of bullshit. Like, we literally have to pay special programs to learn how to pass those board certified tests because they're such bullshit. So you do not let that shit lapse. You keep it forever. Because god damn it, fuck that shit. Fuck it all! But it's mine and I have it and we're fine. Not a cult. Thank you for those biddies. I appreciate you. Cheers. Man, I don't even think I was definitely stoned yesterday, but I didn't get high enough for a Faded Friday because I was just literally just on the brink of anxiety about all of this, wanting to vomit. For date, it's so stupid. And then you take all these tests, and then you have to shell out a bunch of money. For what? So they keep your name on a website? I don't fucking know. Cheers. Exactly, Fox. And would you not agree? Would you agree with me in that cert does not mean fuck all about your skills as a hairdresser? Like, I showed you guys. I mean, I was doing these tests last night during movie night. I was listening. Because the movies we were watching, thank fuck I'd seen them before. So I could multitask. And actually, it helps to have something on in the background. Like, it's like that body doubling shit. And just like I told you, I have my list of all these crazy fucking classes I did. So for instance, I did one called, let's see, volume targeted ventilation in neonatal care. So that is babies, that's ventilating babies and how we focus on volume so we don't pop their little baby lungs. And the questions would be like, in a study presented by Mr. Gear in 1956, blah 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 blah, true or false? I want a show of hands here who thinks that their medical professional is better because they memorized a case study from 1956 and answered a question about it. Like, it's just not real continuing education. That's why I'm bitter about it. I have nothing against continuing education. I think that's a good idea. This just isn't it. Memorizing a fucking date of a case study is not making me a better respiratory therapist by any fucking means, in my opinion. Allegedly. But who the fuck am I? It's insurance. It's like I have to maintain insurance liability over my head all the time, no matter what. It's these overarching organizations. So like anybody else in chat that's not an RT, feel free to say what your organization is. For RTs, it's the NBRC, the National Board of Respiratory Care. And they, quote unquote, maintain my medical license. Whatever the fuck that means. So they're the organization I have to pay money to all the time. I have to take tests through all the time. But like, this organization did not put me through school. They have never shown me any education. Like, they don't do anything other than you can go to the nbrc.com, type in my full name, and see my license status. That's it. So you can see, like, it's helpful. I mean, I guess the problem is no one even knows these things exist. So for instance, if you're in the hospital and you have a nurse that you just don't like and you're questioning, you can look up their license and see if they've had any strikes on their license, if they've had any warnings on their license, if they've done anything immoral. You can look up and see if people's licenses are active at any point in time and if they have any strikes on them. Just a side note, you don't have to look me up. It's active and I have 0 strikes because I'm great. But like, that's why it exists. But no one even knows that's a thing to go look at. So I don't know how it's actually helpful. Continuing practical education, exactly. That, I mean, actually teach me something. Like, this is, so you guys know, I haven't practiced respiratory therapy in 5 years now. And towards the end last night, I was getting real tired and real like, and my brain was just melting out my ass. So I started just taking the tests without listening to the lecture, and I was getting 100%. And like, that's not a flex on my part. It's just like, these tests aren't continuing education if 5 years ago I'm answering them 100% today. And that was pre-COVID. Shit should have absolutely changed since then, and it has not. And that's odd. Like, that's not continuing education. It just feels like an excuse to milk us. Because it's like, you think about it, every single respiratory therapist, every single nurse, whatever, at least for respiratory therapy, every single time we re-up our license, we have to shell out $300. So imagine every respiratory therapist doing that all the time. Like, this organization just rakes in money and I don't know where it goes. I don't know. Here in Sweden, hairdresser licenses are more so bragging rights than skills unless you have an E&F certification, which is a master hairdresser and educator, which respectively are 10 years of experience in education and educating others. You know, I'm going to be honest, I've never, like, worked, like, if my hairdresser can cut my hair well, I don't give a fuck about the license. Is that fucked up? I've never looked into, like, my hairdresser's licensure. I look at the pictures that people have posted of what they've done, and I'm like, oh yeah, they know how to cut hair. That's great. They know how to cut hair. Like, that's all I'm concerned about. Is that weird? Exactly, Glut. That's fucking horrifying. Like, there's no, and they can fail these tests and just, you can retake them over and over and over again. So there's no telling that someone is failing these tests. That makes it even scarier. You can just take them over and over and over again. So, like, you guys know, I've talked about it too much because it's been just hot on my mind. I'm very pro continuing education. That needs to happen. But this isn't it. Excuse me. Good morning, Rage. How are you? You can also look up what companies have given money to a healthcare provider, i.e. doctor, registered nurse. What does that mean? No company's ever given me money. What does that mean? A company giving an RT money? Like being employed by them? With the weasels, I know I like it too. I have 2 dog beds out here and I'm slowly moving one around because no matter what I do, they lay in the chair in the dog bed and then they fight over that one dog bed. Just one. I don't know what it is. I can't get them to lay in both. So I have another dog bed right next to me. I'm hoping maybe because it's near me they'll lay in it. I don't know. I feel like something's in my eyeball. Good morning, Dream. Thank you. I was just talking about it. Again, it's off my mind, I swear. It's been my stress. It's been my stress for quite some days now. Seeing all the books, I suppose seeing all the pets I'll have to do. The books are, I mean, I could always move the books back there. The books are right there. They're really close to me, honestly, and the spiders and stuff. It's just a matter of trying to open up this room. What the fuck is in my eyeball? Yep, he's gonna sit and stare at us now because I looked at him, God forbid. Exactly, Fox, exactly. Dodge is clearly big enough for both, but don't lay too close to me, exactly. So in the United States, if you make a payment to a healthcare provider, it has to be reported to the government. It's to help prevent companies paying of doctors to use their products. Oh, so it is, because I was gonna ask, because we have, like, it's really weird, and I don't know. I think it's state specific, like where it's legal, but for just as an example, when I worked in Washington State, vendors could come in at any time and just like hang out in our break room. And it was weird, but they would always bring like shit tons of food. Like they would bring a spread of like Olive Garden or something like that for like 50 people. And then they'd feed us and get us dumb full of carbs. And then they'd sit there and start talking about their products and their like ventilators and shit. Whereas in Maryland, they cannot do that. Vendors must make an appointment. It has to be a scheduled meeting and they can't bring gifts at all. They couldn't even bring us donuts, nothing. It feels illegal. It felt that way. And like, I'm sure I don't need to say this. This probably goes without saying, but feeding me Olive Garden doesn't make me like your shitty ventilators. So, like, good for salespeople. Salespeople make so much money. I was talking about this the other day, Glut. It's crazy. I showed people one of my continuing education courses just to show people how like mind-numbingly boring it is. Like, and they mentioned something about that where it was like being sponsored with different products or something like that. And all I could think about was, do you remember when Eliza had, she had a psychiatrist who wouldn't take her off like Xanax or something like that. And this was in Jersey. And this was like years. And it was making her feel like shit. And she finally went into the database, like the licensure database, and could see that her therapist was sponsored by Xanax or whatever the drug was. I can't remember the exact drug. But her therapist was literally like, got spiffs. I don't know how to put that. Like, what is another word for spiffs? Sales incentive, like they get extra money every single time they put someone on Xanax or whatever this drug was. So Eliza finally found another fucking therapist, but like, thank fuck that's the database. Thank fuck that exists. That's wild. A kickback. Thank you. That's a better way of putting it. Yeah, kickback. It's like commissions. That's exactly. It's like fucking commissions on humans. Never in my life has anything like that happened to me in a hospital. Like the only time we ever get anything like that is if like nothing like that actually. The most similar situation was if we are trying a new piece of gear, like we are actually thinking about going to a new piece of gear with a new company, they encourage us to use it on every fucking patient possible because we need as much information on this gear as possible, as much studies, and every patient is a study. But outside of that, I've never been offered a spiff or anything for anything like that. That'd be wild. Bribes, yeah. Oh, work thing. Good morning. Your garlic bread looks so fucking good. I'm gonna get myself an entire loaf of garlic bread. Commission on anything medical shouldn't happen. It should be illegal. I don't think that should be legal. That's why I was shocked by the database. I agree. Like it. That feels so illegal, so malpractice-y. Cause like, it was obviously not the drug for Eliza. It was making her physically ill for years, and her doctor, instead of trying a different drug, was driven by the commission, which is fucked. Garlic bread makes you fat? I think of that every single time someone mentions garlic bread. No shit. I want to say it in the chat and shit. Anytime someone says garlic bread, all I think of is that, what is it? Scott Pilgrim. Every single time. I had a few therapists, psychiatrists like that, Katie. The more they filled me up with meds, the more they line their pockets. That's disgusting. That's so... Ugh. It's such a fucked up system. Procurement rules in the UK require that NHS goes through formal procurement tender processes to buy new services or equipment from vendors and staff with vested interests, Katie? Interests aren't allowed to be part of that process. And that's how it is in some states. It's very state specific in the US though, which I found very interesting. I don't like the pandering of salespeople and then like my mom, like the era my mom comes from of this like salespeople coming in and pandering you all the time. Some of her best friends, like her longest lived friends, are just salespeople that never left. Like people that sell ventilators. She'll talk about them by name, like, oh yeah, I remember so-and-so, blah, blah, blah. They've been selling ventilators to us for years. And I'm like, that is bizarre. I already felt terrible that we hairdressers get commissioned from the subpar companies, but medical field workers getting commissioned, yeah. I haven't seen it personally, but I've heard about it. For as many people that take the Hippocratic Oath, some of the system seems hell-bent on disregarding that for cash, very much so. I mean, we were talking about that recently, Anubis. Like, it's when you're, I feel at least as a respiratory therapist, it always you always feel 50-50. Always. You're 1 foot in, 1 foot out. You're 1 foot in medicine, but your other foot is always like, don't get sued, 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 don't get sued. And it's this conflict in your brain all the time. Like, sometimes you know, like, this treatment could be the best thing possible for the patient, but if they sue me, it's gross. It's sick. It's such a fucked. Viata! Thank you so much for summoning the class, keeping the classy alive, and giving it any swings.
For 69 motherfucking months! Nice. Cheers, bitch. Good morning, Vissy, my love.
I can feel him. He's nestled on my hip. I can feel his hot breath. Who's my best boy? Come here. Are you my best boy? Yeah. Good morning, Bubba. How's your day going? Good? Good. We just need a little snuggle, I guess. Is that all we needed? I was gonna cheers with my friends, but I guess you're here now, so that's fine. You're adorable. Everyone's happy. Look at the demon in the background. I know. She fucking looks like the devil. Hi, Bill. Beautiful girl. Were you feeling a little jealous? Why in my mouth? Yeah, we've got jealousy issues. She's getting loves, don't worry. Oh god, Knives, good luck with your course. Get it done. Well, don't lick my boobs. Why? You just want to eat the lotion off my whole body. Why do I buy body lotion? I know. You're the best, bud. We love you. Good morning, Berserker. How are you, love? Oh, they did get a haircut, Anubis. Oh, yeah, I got him groomed like a week ago. Week ago-ish? Why? Whoa, you're so licky today. I love you. You're very early today. Like, excessively early. Just wants to get high. Oh, God. Imagine if I had the THC lotion on. I know, Mel. I give him a hard time about that all the time. I'm like, you got to stop begging them to lick your mouth because I don't like it. I mean, he's not around them as much as I am. He doesn't witness them literally, like, passionately suckling their own assholes for 30 minutes. So to him, he's like, oh, they're just cute. Their mouth is, I don't care where it's been. And I'm like, no, you just haven't seen where it's been. Like, sure, you, like, know where it's been, but you haven't seen. You haven't seen where they put their mouths. I see that shit. It's a baby. Mm-hmm. Oh, it's a morning. It's actually a good morning. We didn't try to kill anything today. Yeah, Trick's feeling feisty. He wants to play. You want to snuggle? Hello, Miss Man. I don't mind them licking me anywhere else because I wash my body and I wash my hands and I'm not like chewing on any part of my body, but just like directly in my mouth, not my thing. And it's a dog thing. Like dogs do that to each other. And so when we don't want them to do it, they're like, "But why? It's so normal. Why wouldn't I want to suck on your feet and your teeth and lick down your gums?" Thomas, ma'am. Oh my god. It's a Share My Germs, and I have this book. I can't remember where it is, but it's this book that talks about like your relationship with your dog and kind of like why dogs do a lot of behaviors they do, like evolutionarily. And one of them is they lick each other's mouths to see if they're healthy. Like that's something that dogs actually do, like lick in each other's mouths and they can like taste if someone's sick. I don't know how to put that. And so they're trying to do that. And I just don't want it. A 200 milligram pack, 4 pieces, so they're 50 each. 50 milligrams, you didn't feel it. Wow. Edibles hit me so fucking hard. I can taste you're sick. Literally, I think yeah. They're checking your vibes. Yeah, like, are you sick? You smell okay? Okay, cool. And then they're fine with it. You guys are really early. And now Lil's gonna hump her brother. We're just gonna cheers while we can. I love you guys so much. Go battle. Give people something to giggle at. You're so weird looking. Look at that weasel tail. Kind of looks like a white-tailed deer tail a little bit. They are. They're so goofy. 100 milligrams actually got you? Fuck yes. Like, did you get like what other people would assume 100 milligrams high is? Or was it like you smoked a bowl and slept well? Yeah, the pre-battle arm, and this is the pre-battle like stare at each other. Or maybe. Are you gonna battle? No? Oh, Berserker, 100%. I always start small, even with how much I smoke, because this is me personally. You can't generalize personal experience, but in my personal experience, the amount of weed I smoke, that tolerance, does nothing for my edible tolerance. So, like, I smoke a lot of pot. You guys know this. I probably go through, like, 2 ounces a month-ish. More or less, depending. At, like, 1 5 milligram gummy, and I'm fucking toast. Like, I'm good to fucking go. I am rocked. It's totally different. If you don't regularly do edibles, they will. So always start small. Like, you can actually get, like, little tins of mints that are, like, 1 milligram a piece. You can get the tiniest little edibles these days, and then you can get the Rock Your Mind 100 milligram edibles. It was a lot more than usual. Nice. You got the giggles? Oh my god. That's fucking exciting. I agree, Rage. For any other reason, if not for any other reason, then medicinally, like there's so many people out there that it helps medicinally that it was just withheld from because of racist nonsense and bullshit. When I was taking edibles, I take between 10 and 20. Was that like to go to sleep or to function for the day? See, and that's in Colorado, I don't know how to word like the law, but basically a bag of edibles can be maximum 100 milligrams. So usually it's 10 pieces. Each piece is 10 milligrams for 100 milligrams per pack. I've never seen one thing be like thousands of milligrams or something in Colorado. That's just a rule we have here. And they had to institute that rule because, and I bring this up because it's a good thing. A lot of people still think this. When marijuana went legal in Colorado, a lot of people that don't normally smoke or whatever went to the dispensaries to buy edibles because, and rightfully so, we've been kind of conditioned this way. They have a disposition to think that smoking anything is the worst case scenario. Don't smoke it. It's going to be better for you and not as bad if you eat it, which we all know is absolute bullshit. Like, we've seen the videos. Edibles are fuck your world up. So no shit, they had to institute this law here because people would buy a bag of edibles and eat the whole thing. You know the story, like eat an edible, wait 30 minutes, nothing happened, eat another one, da-da-da-da, and people were going to the emergency room. This is stories I've read and heard from different nurses in the area. People were actually going to the emergency room in Colorado the first couple years it was legalized, out of their minds on edibles, thinking they were dying. And so now you can only buy 100 milligrams of edibles at a time. You can only buy 1 ounce at a time. And every time I buy weed, it comes with this full printout stapled to my bag, literally a full sheet that's how to responsibly consume edibles and how edibles are no less potent than smoking. Like, they had to do that because so many people like went out of their minds on it, which again, rightfully so. Like most things in this world, you don't want to smoke. As a registered respiratory therapist for another 5 years, I will absolutely tell you, breathing anything in the most pure, clean fucking air is not a good idea. However, unrealistic. I know, it is funny. No, it's funny. I laugh because these people, I know they have to be okay because weed can't kill you. But like, man, how many edibles must they have taken? I've never gotten that high in my life. I've fucked around with some marijuana levels. I've never been so high that I thought I was dying and needed to go to the ER ever. Like, I guess because I'm a sipper, like it's just never happened to me. What level were you at? Or was it just someone who literally was so unfamiliar with the feeling of being stoned and then they just went for 100 milligrams of edibles? So going from like sober all the time to what I am all the time, that might have rocked someone up. Yeah, I could see that. That might have fucked someone up. Good morning, mate. Yep, I do love that this edible isn't doing shit. I'll take another. I feel bad for when that happens to people. Why wouldn't they have put the write-up on them in the first place? They usually offer you education at the counter. So whenever you, at least in my state, whenever you buy weed or edibles or something like that, they ask you, like, do you have any questions? Do you want to know how to smoke it? Do you need a grinder? Do you need papers? Do you want to, like, what do you, like, they kind of, like, make conversation with you to get a scope of what's happening a little bit. I almost knocked my bong over again. I've known some people have greened out and they get violently ill if they smoke after that. They almost get an allergy from it. I've known some people. I mean, I've known 1 or 2 people that know somebody. I don't know anybody personally that has ever happened to. Those stories that I hear, like my stepdad, he said he used to smoke pot all the time, smoked all through high school, smoked a little bit in college, and then one day, out of nowhere, he smoked weed and got paranoid, and that was it. He said he tried it again a couple times later in life, and he was like, from that moment on, every single time I smoked, I got paranoid. That's my worst fear. I hope that never fucking happens to me. Like, that scary feeling, that is a night I don't, the bad trip highs, yeah, I want nothing to do with that. That's the only kind of stories I hear, but I know there's this, like, weed allergy that develops from smoking too much. And I don't 100% know what that is, but I don't smoke that much. So as much as I smoke, I don't smoke that much. So don't worry about it. I work in an ER and still see people coming in after taking 100 milligrams. There you go. For the first time, having panic attacks, thinking they're dying. Be responsible. Like Berserker, like I'm proud Berserker brought up this topic and is being responsible with something like this. Like if I take a break from weed, like when I go to Burning Man, I don't come back and just start fucking smoking ounces of weed all of a sudden. Like I get so high and I stop smoking and I chill. Cause no, you don't want that. Be responsible with everything. Everything in moderation. Cheers, Bulfy. Thank you so much for summoning the class, keeping the classy alive, and giving it any swings for 49 months. I fucking appreciate you. Thank you. Weed is actually related to hops. It's a cousin of the hops plant. I learned that recently. That's exactly me, Succulent. So, Succulent? I really can't talk today, Succulent. That's exactly me. I prefer smoking over edibles because I have pure control over the high. That's genuinely it. Like, edibles, in my experience, I'll take them if I'm on vacation or something like that because it's not like I have to do something. I'm not so worried about it. But, like, more often than not, if I take an edible, I wake up still kind of high. And you just never really know where it's going to end, and I can't really gauge where it's going to peak and what the fuck is going on. Like, it's not really predictable. Versus smoking weed, I know I take a hit, I'm going to get immediately high, and I will be sober within 2 hours. Like, I know that. That's me. Right there. It's perfect. And I like that. I like that control over it. I know that, like, I don't have to be high in 2 hours, which is nice. With an edible, it's just like, I don't know how long this is going to go, and I don't know how to make it go away or go faster. Smoked edibles, absolutely useless idea, but it sounds funny. It does, honestly. You know what? I bet it exists. I bet they have, like, liquid smoke with THC in it. I bet it exists. That would be, if it doesn't, that's a market. Liquid smoke with smoke in it. There is, it's very much so, Vex. The chemistry within the edible, and not only that, the chemistry within your body. Like, you know that we are all very different. Our metabolisms, the composition of our stomach acid alone, the rate with which our intestines absorb different things, the channels with which they absorb things through, etc. Everything is so different that it's really hard, and it's like, I don't even know where to start with it. Like, edibles are made from so many different things. Like, it can be made from a simmered butter, like what I did, or it can be a water-based, alcohol-based tincture, or it can be like an oil-based, vape kind of liquid, like any of those. There's all different kinds. They can do that. They make it into like almost like a sugar powder you can sprinkle onto foods and stuff like that. And all of that's going to break down and metabolize different. And if your stomach acid is just like high octane, it might actually just burn it up. And then you're not even going to get high. I know there's some people who take edibles and nothing happens. Ever? No, the butter, I ate all the butter. The butter's gone. The butter was great for sleepy times, though. Holy shit. That was good stuff. Yeah, stress. Well, if you ate today, if you're hydrated, if you haven't eaten today, what you ate yesterday, what's blocking up your intestines, have you taken a shit today? All of that factors into an edible situation, which is just makes it longer. Like, you never know when it's going to hit. You never know when it's going to end. And I don't like that. But the butter was great for sleep. Holy crap. But I did micro doses of that shit. Because, like, I don't know. You've probably heard Rodney's stories. But Rod tried some of my weed butter and he was high for days. Like, he just had, like half a teaspoon on a piece of toast. And days. He self-proclaimed days. Wild. Too many variables of, like, did I eat something that would enhance or decrease the effect? Did I hydrate at an optimal rate for edibles to kick in a good way? Exactly. Literally, there's so many different things. I'm one of those that edibles don't really do anything for me. That I hear that more often than not. It's like most people either take them for sleep, they do nothing, or they go to space. And that's me. I go to space. They fuck me up. It's too many, it's so many calculations, so many fucking variables that I feel like the game of finding a good edible is just trial and error. Because some edibles, like I was talking about this one time, I tried, they were really tasty. They were edibles I got in DC, and they were a marshmallow that was like dipped in chocolate and then rolled in graham cracker. So it was like a one bite s'more situation, but the chocolate was THC enhanced. And each one I think was 25 milligrams, and I had like 3, nothing. No effect whatsoever. I moved to Colorado, got some of these little micro-dosed 2.5 milligram, like, hard candies. Space, my dudes. To motherfucking space. And I think that has to do with the fact that my metabolism ate up, like, burned up the THC or something and nothing happened. Versus a hard candy, you suck on it, so the THC is being absorbed sublingually into your mucous membrane of your mouth and under your tongue, going straight to the blood system, as opposed to having to bypass the entire digestive system first before bloodstream. That's a theory. I don't know. Allegedly. But that's just an example of, like, how you just, I don't know. Totally different. Dude, it was delicious. It was so good. Those little that's why I had 3 of them. Like, I planned on eating one, and I was just like, nope, gotta, I guess I'm just going to space, and nothing happened, but they were really tasty. Edibles are like shrooms, hard to get right if you don't know what you're doing or have someone guiding you exactly. I have some that don't really affect me, and some that can do real damage, and it has nothing to do with the milligrams, in my experience. Like, which is, you would think that's what it is. Like, that's why every time I read to you guys my weed, I always say allegedly, because we just really, at this point, we haven't been able to study weed enough to really guarantee those milligrams and what's being delivered to you. So, like, my weed will say, what does this one say? This one's allegedly 25.25% THC. This one is allegedly 31.05% THC. This one is allegedly 26.4. This one's, like, the middle. This one fucks me up more than any of the others. This is very clearly a stronger strain. The the THC really doesn't mean fuck all. I've gotten fucked on a 20% and felt nothing on something that claimed to be 35%. We don't have enough information to guarantee it I don't think. But now that it's not I don't know anymore. Let's not talk about that. No politics. We're not doing that. I'm already too high for that. The only time that I've had weed remotely work for me was out in Hawaii. I had some medical grade cough drop. The only thing I felt was just a little laid back. I wonder if that was a sublingual thing too, as opposed to having to bypass your entire digestive system. Again, just a theory, but I think about it sometimes. Yeah, I had a 19 fuck me up and a 23 that did nothing. I'm glad I'm not the only one, because it really doesn't make sense. That's why I always say allegedly. Theoretically, these are the numbers. Who really knows? And then if you count Delta 8 as weed, I mean, it's all weed. It's just a different profile. I tried some vape of that in March last year, and I got a bit of a headache. Oh, but was just nicely vibing without anxiety. But you got a headache. That sucks. The terps, it's very rare that I get weed from a company that actually puts the terp profile, but this one did. This is Bud and Mary's curated. Strain is Blueberry Scone. But seriously, they really don't put them on there. This one actually put, like, the percentages. Limonene, beta-caryophyllene, aucinine, alpha-humulene, beta-myrcene, like, in the tiniest little writing on this little sticker right there. But it was kind of cool, because they really never do that often, and I get excited when they do. And this weed smells so complex. So there's so much going on in this weed. It's like, my nose cannot break it down. Welcome to Who's High Anyway, where everything's marked up and the percent doesn't matter. That's actually really fucking clever. That's pretty good. I usually go for strains. Me too. I go for strain specific, and there's certain strains I've learned that don't vibe with me. For the a lot of strains that have cherry in the name, they just make me really tired. And I don't smoke weed to get tired. Like, if I get a sleepy strain, nothing wrong with that. That just goes to my bedroom and stays there forever. Like, I don't want to smoke that during the day because I don't want to get sleepy. But there are some strains that, like, the weirdest GAC, G-A-K, GAC, Smoothie, number 5. That's how good that strain was. The fact that I remember that fucking name, haven't found it in a year. Lilac Diesel, one of the best strains, haven't seen it in years. Fucking A, dude. Some of these strains just really stand out as like, wow, that was a perfect high. Can't stand anything with pineapple in the name. Smells like straight up cat piss to me, and I can't put it to my mouth. I understand. It's so weird how some things just like that stick out. Oh, really? Headaches, a very mild reaction to weed for me. I'm just glad I wasn't curled in a ball on the ground in pain and cold sweats. Oh, 100%. That could be because of the vasodilation. Maybe try overtly hydrating before you smoke next time. Just a theory. But, like, genuinely, like, if you ever hear us talk about a hot hit, which if you smoke a lot of pot, you know what a hot hit is. But marijuana is a vasodilator, and a vasodilator dilates, i.e. expands all the vessels in your body and makes your your heart rate go up a little bit sometimes and gets you a little warm and makes all the blood rush to your surface of your skin and your eyes, which is why your eyes turn pink, because all the vessels are really full of blood and engorged and whatnot. And what can happen is that can actually affect your bronchial tubes. Oh, look, we've come full circle back to ClassyKatie. Vasodilator, like, does not have a specific thing it dilates. A vasodilator means it's going to dilate, and so your bronchial tubes will dilate, and they get really big, and so that hit just hits really deep and really hard and really suddenly, and it makes your heart rate kind of race, and you get suddenly sweaty for like 15 seconds, and you're just like coughing your lungs out, and then it's over, and then you're just pleasantly high. Hot hits. London Pound Cake's a good strain. Oh my god. I haven't seen that one in a while either. Oh, I love London Pound Cake. I dilated my vasos. Please respond. I want to see that in a text. Immediate sweats, can't breathe, cough both lungs out. And then within 15 to 30 seconds, you're like, oh, okay. And then you're just high. But that's why eyes turn pink too. Gorilla Glue Gush. Oh, yeah. Gorilla Glue Gushers and Sour Diesel are the top 3 I go for most. Most don't need anything crazy. Sometimes the closer you stay to the mother strains, the better, in my opinion. I bought the last quarter of Lilac Diesel my dispo had when I found it. Have you been hoarding it or is it gone? Cheers it for me. Cookies are really good strains. I love diesel strains, I feel like. That's one I really go for. I also fucking hate strains that smell like piss. Like, when I get them, I will just smoke them up to make them go away. Because I am really smell sensitive. Like, I'll take any stinky weed. Weed is stinky. It smells like a skunk no matter what you do. But that, I think it's a terpene profile that's just like, you know what? Piss. Just cat piss. I hate it so much. It's one of the few, I can take a lot of smells. That just not it. Not fucking it. I have only ever seen Jack Herrera in Washington. Ever. I've never seen it in Colorado ever. It's such a good strain. And then hit him with an ooh. Dude, you'd know if someone was smart or not. It might be a good test. Or not smart. Maybe they're just Googling. I never feel like I took a good hit unless I cough. Ain't choking, ain't token. I feel that. That burn. Some vapes are, we were talking about that recently. I think it was on Vissy's stream. Vissy got a new vape that's kind of fruity, and she was saying she found one that is, live resin? And I used to love getting the live resin ones because they were just enough weedy that I was like, I'm still smoking weed. Like, I don't feel like I'm smoking a fruit, but it wasn't like chewing on a bud. I don't know. Some vapes are like, we're going to overtly just smell like a skunk. And some vapes are like, you know that sweet, herby, citrusy, like the top end of marijuana? That's what we're going to do. That's my favorite. That one's great. It's just the aftertaste. Yeah. Live resin's the best, in my opinion. It works the best. Like, it actually affects me. It actually gets me high, but it also doesn't. Like, most vapes I've ever had that have some fruitiness or a flavor or whatever, it's just fruit plus weed. Like, I still taste weed in it, and it's gross. I'd rather just taste weed, I guess. Like, you're not covering it up with passion fruit mole or whatever the fuck you're calling it. Like, that's not doing anything. Now it's just passion fruit and pot. So I'd rather just smoke it and have it smell like pot. Ice cream after a joint. That's beautiful. With skunk in the name, white super skunk. Is it good? Have you tried it yet? Passion fruit ashtray. That's exactly it. It's like, I lived with a dude, bless his heart, who had a cat when we were in college, and instead of cleaning the litter box, I found this out later. Not my cat. I didn't know. Instead of cleaning the litter box, he just poured new litter on top of the shit and piss. And then he would spray the whole house in Febreze. And I would come home from school at the end of the day, college, and be like, why does the house smell like cat piss and Febreze? And then I actually took a chemistry class, where they taught us about esters and smells and tastes and all the things we can create in labs for like fake food and candy and stuff. And one thing I learned was that there's nothing that eliminates smells. Smells are caused by bacteria and moisture. Nothing eliminates smells. What Febreze actually did, I don't want to say do because I don't know if this is valid anymore, but what was a chemical compound in Febreze is that it actually killed your sensory organ if you were in the room while it was being sprayed. But anybody that came into the room 15 minutes after that still smelled the shit smell. They just smelled shit and flowers. Like nothing was covered up, ever. Which makes sense. Oh my god. Fabrices. That was, I mean, once I found out about the situation, I remedied that situation and the cat got a litter box and it was totally fine. The cat was such a nice cat. It was just, there was a lot going on there. It's a long story. There was a lot going on there. It was this crazy litter box that was essentially a tote. Like, you know, like, I don't know if you can see, like these black totes I have here that I keep my art stuff in. It looked like a tote. It was a litter box. Don't get me, like it actually absolutely was. It was a tote and it had a hole cut out of the top. So the cat would crawl in the top and have like privacy to poo and then crawl out the top again. And then like it was in his bathroom that would like, he had like the main big bedroom with the bathroom attached and it was in his bathroom. So I never even saw I just saw it one time and I was like, oh, that's a cool kind of litter box. I've never seen that before. And then he'd just dump more litter in it. So it just got deeper and deeper and deeper until it was a solid and then he'd replace the litter box. If you can't tell, there was a high level of depression and trauma going on there. We're not judging. I remedied the situation and the cat was eventually fine, but like, wow. There was a whole lot going on there. I can't even imagine. I cannot literally imagine what that crate could have caught, what could have weighed. That tote, I have no idea. I don't, and this is really sad, I don't think this cat had ever lived a life. I'm trying to get this thing to stop autoplaying. Let's stop it. I think that cat had never had a clean litter box in its life. You know what I mean? Like, you and I have grown up with relatively clean surroundings, relatively. We clean our bathrooms, right? Clean your fucking bathroom. We do these things because it feels nice to know that the place where we clean our bodies is also clean. I don't, therefore, we like that. If you just, never were exposed to a clean bathroom ever, I don't know, maybe you just find, maybe that's all you know. Doesn't excuse it. This is Vissy with her weed. Oh my god, hold on. Poop knife. That... Aunt Rod, did you get to hear the next weirdest poop story we've ever heard in the history of my channel? It's arguably weirder than poop knife. We watched this. It was basically this guy, accidentally outed himself as a guest on a podcast. They were just talking about random stuff. And he's the poop catch. Poop pull. I'm pretty sure it was a little bit of a pull, too, right? It was like a pull, catch, drop. He was like, what else is the poo paper for if not to catch the poo and pull it out of your butt and then put it in the toilet? I don't know. Isn't that a little... I don't know. That might be one of the weirdest poop stories I've ever... I'm just digging through my brain. That's pretty up there. That's arguably stranger than people digging shit out of their ass with little spoons because they're constipated. There's no need. But that means there's more out there. There's a family of people who, catch their poop. Oh, 100% glad. Yes. I love the scent of freshly cleaned bathrooms. Give me that chlorine. Oh, if that's damage, bitch, sign me up. You know how many times I've accidentally almost nerve gassed myself because I love bleach? And I forget that if bleach gets mixed with Windex, suddenly you've got a very poisonous airborne gas that can make you pass out. Don't mix chemicals. I love it. That's painful, baby. I miss those commercials. Those were great. The smell of bleach just to me means clean. Sickening. So sickening. Imagine not being able to ask your parents about using the bathroom. 100%. I can't. I physically can't. I don't even know what would happen there. Same. Viata, I literally almost did it. My cats go ape shit. Wait, they like bleach? That's terrifying. When I was in college, Where's my music coming from? When I was in college, I was living with a dude, and it was like near Thanksgiving weekend or something. And anybody, I'm sure a lot of you will be able to identify with this level of anxiety. My ex walks out of his office, closes his phone. My mom's coming up today, and she's staying for a couple days. I'm sorry. What? Yeah, she's 30 minutes away. Ah! Bleach rampage. Me. Just like every fucking surface in the house. Fastest laundry I've ever done in my entire life. But genuinely forgot to turn the bathroom fan on, shut the door, and just started like doing the shower, you know, cleaning everything, getting all the hard lines and soap off and shit. And I remember all of a sudden my face got really hot and my nose got really hot. And I felt like I was in, what is that called when you hit a weird portion of water and it like sweeps your feet out from under you? There's a name for that. That's what it felt like. Like all of a sudden I was like, oh. Horrid. Never do that to somebody. Ever. A riptide. That's what it felt like. I felt like I was in a riptide. All of a sudden just standing there, I was like, whoop, boosh. Down. Don't do that. But also, you ever try to surprise me in any way like that, just know I will resent you forever. Just a little bit. No. What? Cruel. What? We have videos to watch. Shut the fuck up, Fissy. You absolutely know that I don't mean you. No. That being said, what would you do if you're... Well, I mean... Vissy, what do you do when someone randomly is like, hey, my mom's coming over in 30 minutes? I was going to say, what would you do? But, like, that happens a lot, so... We already know what happens. You fucking run. Literally, like, if I would shut the shades. I would shut the shades and not answer the door. I'm so sorry. If you don't have a clear open invitation to my house, that's not it. That's fucking not it. Fuck no. But no, like, there's a meme. Oh, it went to the wrong screen. Of course it did. There's a meme or like something about that where they say like, it's the biggest compliment if someone doesn't feel like they need to bleach the baseboards before you come visit. The comfort level of just like, no, we've all got dusty baseboards. Get over yourself. Mine are dusty, and I clean them constantly. It's constant. So this is Vissy with weed. I have to see this. Hold on. And then we'll dive into these are the videos from yesterday that I managed to successfully save. Computer didn't crash. Just decided to not recognize any of my dongles this morning. I still don't know where the fuck that happened. Oh, yeah, volume. Okay, hold on. That was way too fucking spot on. Too real. I almost spit my coffee, you guys. It's the second. Wait, though. Wait, what's the weed sound? Wait, what is it? Smelly, dusty, green, make pretty sound? Doesn't quite work. It's like the most, yeah. Depends on the container, I guess. It doesn't make the coolest sound. I like the clicky click better. You know what's... If I was to say there's any sound in the world that I viscerally react to, it would be the sound of ice in a tumbler glass. I'm not asking for pity. It's pretty clear I was raised by alcoholics, but that sound makes me feel like I'm home. I deeply like it. That, like, tinky, tinky, tinky. Ooh, I'm grabbing B. There's it means Nana. It means, like, family. It means everyone's gonna be chill. The sound of soda into glass with ice or without. That bubble and same. The fizzing on ice, that would absolutely be a sound, yeah. Yep, I 100% my mom with a Diet Coke, and I know the exact, like, glasses she had. Like, I can visualize them. They were these tall, like, highball glasses with these, like, grooves in them down the sides and then a groove around the base. And she'd fill them the fuck with ice and then pour the Diet Coke in and do the on the top. Oh, yeah. But the ice in the glass, that is oddly comforting. Oddly comforting. The little crackles, exactly. I have customers say the way I shake the shakers at my coffee shop, they feel like they're in a bar. Oh, I love that. Maybe, do you do like a shake, 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 a shake? Do you give them a booby show? That might be it. Is it going to be, So when I like, this is exactly the song I was thinking of. God, it sounds so good on Spotify. I Twitch. Ooh, Scott did it? Hold on. Not on purpose. Ooh, random question. Okay. I do like this song. Random question for y'all. I have a Vietnamese friend who wants to dye their hair fun colors. I specify her hair just so you know her hair type. Absolutely. Are there any brands would be good? Is it bleached? Has she bleached it? No shit, I would suggest paying a professional at least for the bleach job. At least. Because the, like, Asian black hair can be some of the hardest to lift. Like, meaning multiple bleachings over a period of time to get it light enough to do a color. And then the professional will not only that, they will know how much needs to be lifted to get to a color. So say, for instance, Fox can actually chime in. Fox does hair for a living. If Fox isn't cold bathing themselves. But no shit. So, like, if she wants to dye her hair dark green, she doesn't need to even go this light by any means. This is so pale. I could go almost silver with this. Like, no, so it just means way less damage to the hair. But unless you've ever done it before, I've been getting my hair bleached since I was in 4th grade. So I got to the point where I let my friends do it, or I just kind of do it myself. But I would highly suggest at least the first time, because you don't want to melt that hair off. Oh my God, what a nightmare. That would be heartbreaking. So if she, like, so Fox, I guess what the question is there any vibrant hair colors that you could put over black hair without bleaching the black hair that would show? Like Asian black hair, like that beautiful blue black? I don't think so. Like, my hair isn't that dark, and there is no temporary dye that will show up on my natural hair color at all. Ever. It just doesn't, our hair is too full of pigment in itself. And mine's like black brown. It's not like blue black, like that beautiful true black. I was gonna say the same thing, like as what Glut said. You could do one of those color washes, like the blue. There's one specifically designed for people with that beautiful black hair. Do like a blue black or a red black, or do like a copper sheen to it. But whatever you do, do not get some color that has like ammonia or lifters in it, because no matter what, like if you get like a box color from the store or something, they have lifting agents, that's bleach. Like, it's gonna bleach the hair. So just whatever you do, go temporary. I'm sure she knows this. I've fucked my own hair a bunch, and I don't want them to fuck their hair up. I have jet black hair and used lightener versus bleach, and it took it to a nice brown that colored it, and it worked great. See, and what color do you do over that? My hair lifts really easy. For how dark it is, it's crazy, but I don't have that thick of, like, that beautiful blue-black. I just don't have that. Why are you going on? We just wanted to hear that one. Bless your heart. It's impossible unless you want to use... Okay, so this is what the professional says, the professional for hair. It's impossible unless you want to use those weird hair gels that stain your hair until you wash it off with water and it stains everything it touches. Like the colored hair sticky stuff, right? Oh, we can... I honestly haven't heard this song in a very, very long time. Hair chalk, yeah. I've used that hair goop you're talking about. It's basically like a hair wax or hair gel that has pigment in it. I had some that had silver in it, and I think I used it on Zach's beard to make him Santa or something. And it works really well, but the moment you shower, it is 100% gone. It's just like putting gel on your hair. Just with gel with like a really thick pigment to it. But when your hair's that dark, like really nothing's gonna show. It sucks. But whatever you do, don't do box dye because it does have bleach in it. Like your hair will end up bleached. The problem that I've read and learned about box dye is essentially it's got bleach in it and it's got permanent dye. So not only is it going to inappropriately lift your hair at the wrong rate and wrong level, it's then going to deposit permanent color into the follicle. So even if you can't, a professional is going to have a really hard time fixing it or doing anything with it after said box. It just makes everything more difficult, I think. Snail Church? Right, Glut, that shit's been around for a while. I think I still have the silver white stuff in my bathroom somewhere because I've used it a couple times for something. You can rub dyed chalk on dark hair and it will kind of show up, but it's gone the moment you wash it. Like, I don't want to say I know the science of it, but like, just speaking from experience, I could take, like, I have a bunch of blue hair dye. I could put that all over my hair right now, blue hair dye. It would not touch that. It just doesn't fucking touch it. Nothing. It's too dark. Even my grays don't get color, which is crazy. Something about gray hair doesn't pick up color, so they just stay very vibrant and very bright. Hold on. The Bedhead. Oh my god, I forgot the brand. Bedhead. Wow. Wow, I haven't seen Bedhead in 5 million years. That's a nostalgia hit right there. Even my hair that's naturally white blonde, but dyed darker, I cannot do fun colors on it anymore without bleaching it. Yeah. It sucks. Like, dark hair is, unless it's easily lifted. Mine is, I don't know why. It lifts easily and doesn't break, thank fuck. But I don't know. My hair, I don't know. I wouldn't want to risk it. Normally, I pay a professional to bleach my hair. This was an accident, kind of. I meant to do a bleach bath just to get the pink out. And this happened, so we're just pretending it was on purpose. It'll be interesting to see how my Burning Man group reacts. I don't think they've ever seen me blonde or will react to that. Or will expect that in any way, shape, or form. Bedhead was everywhere. Oh my god, it was like Bedhead and Aveda. And Redken. I feel like Redken was everywhere. I haven't been to a salon in so long, I don't even know what's there anymore. The last haircut I got was by Vissy. Almost a year and a half. No. How long? A year and a half ago? It'll be 2 years this July. So yeah, like a year and a half ago, I think was my last haircut, which is wild. Fiata, man, seriously? So I'm sure you've heard of Brad Mondo because that's who Vissy and I talk about all the time. But it's a bleach wash is what I did. So it's like you mix bleach like normal and then you do a 1-to-1 ratio. The amount of bleach, you put shampoo in it. Some sort of like just shampoo. And then mix that the fuck up. Get your hair wet first and then you massage it in. And it's like lathering shampoo. Lather that shit up. 15 minutes later, you rinse it out, and that's this. But you and I have similar hair color, so it might happen. What's the worst that can happen? You dye it. That's how I went into it. I was like, worst case scenario, I'm not leaving it on long enough for damage to happen. 15 minutes? Like, that's genuinely not long enough for anything to happen. This is a really good song, too. So I wasn't worried about it. I was like, worst case scenario, I'll just dye it. And it just happened to work out. But yeah, bleach wash is why I didn't think it would touch the roots. This is grow out. It genuinely, I mean, you can see it. It actually did a damn good job. Because I want to say to like, there was virgin hair. Like, that's my grow out, I think. But it lifted pretty damn well. I was impressed. But again, I've been doing it forever. Have fun, Glut. Have fun. If we don't see you all night, you're gonna be on all night long, right? We won't see you for movie night. Have fun. Be safe. Don't forget to wash your hands. You know, don't let people get you sick. Drive safe. That's exactly what I told myself. I'm like, worst case scenario, it's that disgusting copper orange, but that's honestly like the perfect tone to do like a pretty dark blue or something. So who the fuck cares? Hand sanitizer, good. Be safe. Drive safe. All of the things. I thought the same thing, Viata, because I knew I wasn't going to kill it. So, like, whatever. And honestly, like, the bleach wash was so easy because you literally just dump it on your head and massage it and make sure it gets every point. But the shampoo makes it so lubey that it's like shampoo. Like, it just lathers like crazy. It was so easy to get all over my head so fast. And I don't know if you've ever tried to bleach your own hair, but, like, painting it on like that is exhausting, and you have to get it on, like, rapid fire. Ugh. No, thank you. Okay, we've all heard this song. Let me move. Hold on. I know, I can't even make it bigger. I like it. Doesn't go with the song, though. This is new, too. Man, I never get suggested good music. Once in a while. Rare. Mucho rare. Say heck it? No one with that many tattoos says heck. This is a good rabbit hole. That sounds fun. I know. Well, she probably had to vet him for a while. I think this is the one I was thinking of when someone earlier was talking about Devin, more good Devin music. Oh fuck, did I just lose it? Don't do that. I hate you sometimes, YouTube. I think this is the one that's kind of hot. Welcome back. I forgot my drink in the kitchen. Okay, real talk. What do you guys feel like doing? Murder party or writing the defining words in funny ways and trying to vote for that? No, what's Star Set? Ooh, that's pretty. I just pulled one up randomly. Their top song. Do they have fucking a triangle? Is this the song I picked? Oh my god, I totally didn't mean to pick the same song you gave me in YouTube. Happy fucking accidents. Whoops. Well, we've already been spoiled with the good noise. This is good. I like this. I genuinely put it into Spotify and picked a random one. Yeah, Clutch, be safe. Wash your hands. Don't let anyone cough on you. Be safe. I need to fill this. I love a good nerd. Okay, it's good. I've never heard them. You've been holding out on me. My YouTube lately has been like gossip about celebrities I don't care about. Like shit about Ryan Reynolds and his wife and stuff. Like just the weirdest gossip. Gossip, like celebrity gossip. It feels like tabloids. Feels like tabloids. Mine feels like tabloids. I don't like it. I've never searched for that shit. I've never cared about that stuff before. I don't know why it's popping up now. Sorry, I'm trying to move chat so I can see you guys. Me too. I keep hitting the not interested stuff. I've also been getting shit that's like the inauguration and shit. Like, I'm so uninterested in any of that. I don't know why that's suddenly in my algorithm for no fucking reason. No idea. We hates is it. Where did I put my music? There it is. Same. I fucking hate it. Yeah. Same. I don't care. Stop it. It's literally Knives. It happens on my phone all the time because I leave it on my desk while I'm streaming, and we will talk about I'll talk about something I hate, and because my phone hears it, now it's in my algorithm. I should talk about things I love, boobies and animals, not boobies on animals. I don't want nothing to do with that. I try to curate my social media as much as possible, but every once in a while that algorithm gets fucked up and I'm like, what? This is nothing I've ever been interested in a million years. Please don't feed it to me. I don't want anything to do with it. Go fuck yourself. You like these tits? Here, here they are on a toucan. Wait, okay, wait. Once they're on a toucan, are they teats? Toots. Why is that so funny? You guys want to see my toucan toots? So you know how birds have that habit of like turning at you really dramatically? Would it be like the toots? Have a gander at these. Big toots. Yeah, that checks out. I'm not the one to say. You know what? Shut up. I'm setting up a game. Shit. God damn it. Jackbox, go there. I used to wait. Stop it. I used to believe hot dogs were just chopped off cow udders and that they regrew them with time. And that's how you got so many of them in a package. That explains how they get those hot dogs with the cheese center. All right, join my game. Thank you for letting me just fuck off and hang out with me all day. I needed that. The last, 2 weeks have just been mind-numbing, doing nothing but studying respiratory shit and taking respiratory tests, genuinely. I know! That was, honestly, Stav, I've only seen people be that brutal once or twice in my life. That was pretty fucking brutal. There was some real talk, real bullying there. But yeah, I needed a day to just do nothing and listen to good... Wow, that got loud. Listen to good music and fuck off and play a game, because every day, 30 hours of just listening to the most monotonously boring fucking respiratory lectures. And no shade on the people giving the lectures, but goddamn, this is some of the most boring shit in the entire world. And I have a feeling that all of that has kind of given me a nose infection. And later this week, I'm traveling to Florida, so I can't be sick. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to take a nap, eat soup and take a nap and blow the fuck out of my nose. Movie night tonight, which is in 2 hours, as always, in the Discord, 7 p.m. Eastern, if you'd like to hang out with us. We have not been spinning the wheel. We've been trusting Glut and Knives to picking us, good feel, not necessarily just good feel movies, but movies that won't tragically, scar us any more than we already are. Just from the state of the fucking world, I guess you could say. It's good to just know that there's somewhere safe I can go and I'm not gonna, cry from something. Or feel like I need to be... I know, can't be sick on the beach. I can't be sick in the heat like that. That'll just be... I'm not going to get on a plane if I have a nose infection. So I'm going to snort a bunch of, stuff. Borderlands tomorrow. Oh, should be, yeah. If I nap all night and just, chill... Yes, Love Burn. I'm so excited. But Love Burn's nothing. Genuinely, I've just been studying respiratory, doing this medical stuff. But I did it. I finished it last night. I finished all 30 hours. And officially, I'm a respiratory therapist for the next 5 years. And now I can actually, breathe and use my brain again. for something other than thinking about ventilator settings on infants and subcutaneous CO2 monitoring and blah, 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 blah. Blah! On that note, my girl Elle is live, Elle Bell, and I have a resub in that channel for 25 months, and she's doing like her starting student screen, which I always find hilarious. I love rating her on it because she'll go live, and she's awesome. So take care of yourselves, take care of your brains. I will be back tomorrow. Borderlands tomorrow, as usual. Sundays are Borderlands days. Take care of yourselves, take your joy, drink water, load a bowl, cheers yourselves. Eat delicious food, nap when you need to, and for fuck's sake, do something other than medicine, because my God, at what cost? At what cost? I'll see you motherfuckers in the morning.